is sports, because sports is being attacked. And Mark, before we went to the break, you know, we started talking a little bit about, you know, the community, which is really something I want to make sure that we get back to talking about this community, because I think that's one way, and that I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, it may be the tagline you use there, if you know, change the game, change the community. But people are going to be concerned about going into the community and changing the game. When you go into the community and you change the game, is the community welcome to change in the game of basketball? And if they are, what is your solution to change, as you say, change the game, change the community? What are you talking about there?
Well, what I'm talking about there is basketball doesn't belong to anybody. There's an illusion out there because people don't know what they don't know. And change the game, change communities is my thesis on basketball and remix being a new sport. And through introducing a new sport with a new business model, then we can change the communities. By changing the game of basketball, what we've done is really the modern interpretation of the original game. We took the backboard off the game, we took the backboard off. We've introduced 20 innovations that make the game a faster, more fluid game, closer to Dr. James Naismith's original intent. Basketball is supposed to be played, not coached. Basketball should be reflective of soccer, hockey, lacrosse, rugby, a fluid game with no timeouts, no in-game coaching. So when you introduce something like this and it's accepted by the masses, now you create a new market. And when you create a new market, you create new revenue streams. And if you have business models that are set up to better distribute that revenue stream back into the communities through facilities and programs that are slowly being taken out of the community through the cut in governments, the cut into nonprofits, when you can introduce a for-profit organization with a social mission that can go in these communities, build facilities, occupy the youth, sow in them the life skills that they need, provide health services to those in the community that they need. Now that sport can have a positive impact on that community. And that's our vision. Our vision is to introduce a new game of basketball that is closer to James Naismith's original intent, a more challenging, faster game of basketball, leverage that market to go back into the communities and build institutions that have a positive impact. The easiest way to put it like this: imagine if the Phoenix Suns owned all of the boys and girls clubs in Phoenix, and they took 30% of their revenues instead of it being stuck at the ownership level, and they poured it back into the communities to support those boys and girls clubs with services and programs, and it was consistent with that year in, year out. We grew up in an age where we had access to programs like that. It made a significant difference in our lives. Those programs are no longer really available. So the easiest way is to look at that. It's a combination of the closed system, league system we have here, and the club system they have in Europe that provides complete vertical support all the way from the grassroots to the professional level.